Have you ever pondered the notion of transition, of shedding old layers to embrace new beginnings? In the vast expanse of spiritual evolution, there emerges a profound truth. Certain behaviors and mindsets no longer serve us as we journey toward the new earth. Let us delve into these transformative insights and illuminate the path to higher realms of consciousness. As we explore the wisdom of spiritual luminary Dolores Cannon, we're invited to embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth, shedding the shackles of the past to embrace the radiant possibilities of the future. Join us in this exploration of inner transformation and the awakening of divine potential. Remember to subscribe for more enlightening content as we traverse this path together. Embracing unconditional love. In the grand tapestry of existence, unconditional love is the thread that weaves through the fabric of all creation. It is the purest expression of divine essence, transcending boundaries and limitations. To embrace unconditional love is to open oneself to the boundless flow of compassion, acceptance, and empathy that permeates the universe. It is a state of being that transcends the ego, allowing us to see beyond the surface of appearances and connect with the essence of all beings. At its core, unconditional love is a recognition of the interconnectedness of all life. It is the understanding that we are all sparks of the same divine flame, each playing a unique role in the unfolding drama of existence. When we embrace unconditional love, we dissolve the illusion of separation and recognize the inherent worth and dignity of every soul. It is a radical shift in perspective that allows us to see the divine presence in ourselves and others, regardless of external circumstances or past actions. Embracing unconditional love requires a willingness to let go of judgment and expectation. It is a surrendering of the ego's need to control and manipulate, and a surrendering to the flow of life's infinite wisdom. In this state of surrender, we become vessels for the divine to express itself through us, channeling love and light into the world around us. It is a state of being that requires courage and vulnerability, as we open our hearts fully to the beauty and complexity of existence. Unconditional love is not merely a passive state of acceptance. It is a dynamic force that propels us to action. It compels us to extend kindness, compassion, and forgiveness to all beings, recognizing that we are all on this journey together. It is a force that inspires us to work for the greater good, to alleviate suffering wherever it may be found, and to create a world that reflects the highest aspirations of the human spirit. When we embrace unconditional love, we become conduits for miracles and transformation. We become instruments of divine grace, spreading love and healing wherever we go. It is through the power of unconditional love that we can transcend the limitations of the ego and experience the profound interconnectedness of all life. As we embody this divine quality, we become living embodiments of the new earth, ushering in an era of peace, harmony, and abundance for all beings. Releasing attachments to ego. In the journey towards the new earth, one of the crucial steps involves releasing attachments to the ego. The ego, often seen as the voice of separation and fear, can cloud our perception and hinder our spiritual growth. By detaching from the ego's grip, we open ourselves to a deeper connection with our true essence. Letting go of ego attachments requires a willingness to surrender the need for validation and control. When we release the ego's grasp on our identity, we create space for authenticity and alignment with our soul's purpose. This process invites us to embrace humility and vulnerability, recognizing that true strength lies in surrender rather than dominance. As we release attachments to the ego, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and freedom. Instead of seeking validation from external sources, we find contentment and fulfillment from within. This liberation from the ego's demands allows us to experience life with greater clarity and authenticity, unburdened by the limitations of ego-driven desires. Releasing attachments to the ego also entails letting go of judgment and comparison. When we no longer define ourselves by superficial standards or measure our worth against others, we create space for compassion and acceptance. Embracing a mindset of non-judgment allows us to see the interconnectedness of all beings and recognize the inherent value in each individual. Moreover, releasing attachments to the ego empowers us to transcend the illusion of separation. As we dissolve the barriers erected by the ego, we awaken to the truth of our interconnectedness with all of creation. This realization fosters a sense of unity and oneness, fostering harmony and cooperation in our relationships and interactions. In conclusion, releasing attachments to the ego is essential for our evolution towards the new earth. By relinquishing the ego's grip on our identity, we open ourselves to a deeper connection with our true essence and the interconnected web of existence. Through humility, vulnerability, and non-judgment, we pave the way for greater peace, unity, and authenticity in our lives and in the world around us. Cultivating harmony and unity. Cultivating harmony and unity is integral to our journey towards the new earth. It involves fostering a sense of interconnectedness and cooperation among all beings, transcending divisions, and embracing diversity. At its core, this process requires a shift in consciousness, a willingness to see beyond the illusion of separation and recognize the inherent oneness of all existence. One of the fundamental aspects of cultivating harmony and unity is practicing empathy and compassion towards all beings. By recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every individual, we foster a culture of respect and understanding. This involves listening with an open heart, seeking to understand diverse perspectives, and extending empathy towards those who may be different from ourselves. Another key element in cultivating harmony and unity is embracing diversity and celebrating the richness of human experience. Instead of viewing differences as sources of division, we recognize them as opportunities for growth and enrichment. By honoring the unique contributions of each individual and culture, we create a tapestry of unity woven from the threads of diversity. Furthermore, cultivating harmony and unity requires us to transcend the ego's need for dominance and control. Instead of seeking power over others, we strive to empower and uplift one another, recognizing that true strength lies in collaboration and cooperation. This shift from competition to collaboration fosters a culture of mutual support and collective well-being. Moreover, cultivating harmony and unity involves healing the wounds of division and injustice that have plagued humanity for centuries. This requires us to confront the systems of oppression and inequality that perpetuate suffering and division, and work towards creating a more just and equitable world for all. By addressing the root causes of injustice and advocating for social change, we pave the way for a future built on principles of fairness, equality, and solidarity. Cultivating harmony and unity is a multifaceted endeavor that requires a commitment to empathy, diversity, collaboration, and social justice. By embracing these principles and fostering a culture of unity and cooperation, we can create a world where all beings can thrive in harmony and peace. Honoring the sanctity of all life. Honoring the sanctity of all life is a profound spiritual principle that calls upon us to recognize the inherent value and interconnectedness of every living being. At its essence, this concept emphasizes the importance of reverence, compassion, and stewardship towards all forms of life, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal. One aspect of honoring the sanctity of all life is practicing ahimsa, or nonviolence, towards all living creatures. This involves cultivating a deep sense of empathy and compassion for animals, refraining from causing harm or suffering, and actively advocating for their welfare. By adopting a plant-based diet, reducing our consumption of animal products, and supporting ethical treatment of animals, we align our actions with the principle of ahimsa and honor the sanctity of all life. Additionally, honoring the sanctity of all life entails respecting the natural world and preserving the delicate balance of ecosystems. This involves cultivating a sense of reverence and awe for the beauty and complexity of the natural world and recognizing our interconnectedness with all living beings. By practicing sustainable living, minimizing our ecological footprint, and supporting conservation efforts, we demonstrate our commitment to protecting the diversity and vitality of life on Earth. Furthermore, honoring the sanctity of all life extends beyond our interactions with animals and the environment to encompass our relationships with other human beings. This involves treating every individual with dignity, respect, and kindness, regardless of their race, ethnicity, religion, or socioeconomic status. By fostering a culture of inclusivity, acceptance, and understanding, we create a society where all individuals are valued and respected for their inherent worth and uniqueness. Moreover, honoring the sanctity of all life requires us to confront systems of oppression and injustice that perpetuate inequality and exploitation. This involves advocating for human rights, social justice, and equality for all marginalized communities, and challenging structures of power and privilege that perpetuate discrimination and exploitation. By standing in solidarity with those who are marginalized and oppressed, we embody the principle of honoring the sanctity of all life and work towards creating a more just and compassionate world for future generations. Honoring the sanctity of all life is a foundational principle of spiritual practice that calls upon us to extend compassion, respect, and reverence to every living being. By embodying this principle in our actions and relationships, we contribute to the creation of a world where all life is cherished, protected, and celebrated. Practicing authenticity and integrity. Authenticity is the practice of aligning our actions, thoughts, and words with our true selves, free from pretense or artifice. It involves embracing our inherent worth and uniqueness and living in accordance with our deepest values and convictions. When we practice authenticity, we cultivate a sense of inner peace, confidence, and fulfillment, knowing that we are living in integrity with who we truly are. One aspect of practicing authenticity is honoring our emotions and embracing vulnerability. This involves acknowledging and expressing our feelings openly and honestly without fear of judgment or rejection. By allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, we create authentic connections with others and deepen our understanding of ourselves. Authenticity also entails being true to our values and beliefs, even when faced with adversity or opposition. It requires courage and conviction to stand firm in our principles and live in alignment with our truth, regardless of external pressures or expectations. Moreover, practicing authenticity involves cultivating self-awareness and mindfulness in our daily lives. This entails being present and attuned to our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and acting with intention and integrity in all that we do. By cultivating self-awareness, we gain insight into our strengths, weaknesses, and areas for growth, and empower ourselves to live authentically and purposefully. Furthermore, practicing authenticity requires us to embrace imperfection and embrace our mistakes and failures as opportunities for growth and learning. It involves acknowledging our shortcomings and vulnerabilities with compassion and self-acceptance, and reframing setbacks as valuable lessons on our journey towards self-discovery and personal growth. Practicing authenticity and integrity is a transformative spiritual practice that empowers us to live in alignment with our true selves and values. By embracing vulnerability, cultivating self-awareness, and embracing imperfection, we deepen our connections with ourselves and others, and create a more authentic and fulfilling life. Embodying compassion and forgiveness. Compassion is the profound recognition of the shared human experience and the desire to alleviate the suffering of others. It is a powerful force that transcends boundaries and unites us in our common humanity. When we embody compassion, we extend kindness, empathy, and understanding to ourselves and others, fostering healing and transformation on both individual and collective levels. Embodying compassion begins with cultivating a deep sense of empathy and understanding towards ourselves. This involves acknowledging our own struggles, insecurities, and pain with gentleness and self-compassion, rather than self-judgment or criticism. By treating ourselves with kindness and acceptance, we create a foundation of inner peace and wholeness from which compassion naturally flows. Furthermore, embodying compassion entails extending kindness and empathy towards others, especially those who may have hurt or wronged us in some way. It involves recognizing the inherent worth and humanity of all beings, and choosing to respond with forgiveness and understanding, rather than resentment or retaliation. By releasing the burden of anger and resentment, we free ourselves from a cycle of suffering and open our hearts to healing and reconciliation. Nurturing inner peace and stillness. Nurturing inner peace and stillness is an essential aspect of spiritual growth and well-being. It involves cultivating a deep sense of tranquility and serenity within oneself, regardless of external circumstances or challenges. Inner peace is not merely the absence of conflict or turmoil, but rather a profound state of inner harmony and contentment that arises from a deep connection to one's inner essence and the present moment. To nurture inner peace and stillness, it is essential to create space for quiet reflection and contemplation in our daily lives. This may involve engaging in mindfulness practices such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, or simply spending time in nature, away from the distractions and noise of modern life. By cultivating moments of stillness and silence, we allow ourselves to connect with the deeper dimensions of our being and access the inherent peace that resides within us. Moreover, nurturing inner peace and stillness requires cultivating a mindset of acceptance and surrender towards the fluctuations of life. It involves letting go of the need to control or resist external circumstances and instead embracing them with equanimity and grace. By surrendering to the flow of life and trusting in the inherent wisdom of the universe, we free ourselves from the grip of fear and anxiety and open ourselves to the experience of inner peace and tranquility. Furthermore, nurturing inner peace and stillness involves cultivating a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the blessings and abundance present in our lives. It entails shifting our focus from what is lacking or missing to what is already present and available to us, thereby cultivating a sense of contentment and fulfillment in the present moment. By acknowledging and appreciating the beauty and wonder of life, we nourish our souls and deepen our connection to the source of inner peace and stillness. Transcending lust and sensory desires. Transcending lust and sensory desires is a profound aspect of spiritual evolution, requiring a shift in consciousness from the pursuit of fleeting pleasures to the cultivation of enduring fulfillment and inner peace. Lust, rooted in the craving for sensory gratification and external validation, often leads to suffering and discontentment, trapping individuals in a cycle of attachment and dissatisfaction. To transcend lust is to liberate oneself from the shackles of desire and awaken to the deeper truths of existence. One approach to transcending lust is through the practice of mindfulness and self-awareness. By observing our thoughts, emotions, and impulses with non-judgmental awareness, we gain insight into the underlying causes of our desires and can begin to unravel their hold over us. Through mindfulness meditation and introspection, we cultivate greater clarity and discernment, allowing us to see through the illusion of pleasure and recognize the emptiness of chasing after sensory gratification. Another essential aspect of transcending lust is cultivating a deeper connection to our spiritual essence and inner divinity. By turning our attention inward and seeking fulfillment from within, rather than from external sources, we align ourselves with the infinite abundance and wisdom of the universe. Through practices such as prayer, contemplation, and spiritual study, we nourish our souls and awaken to the profound peace and joy that arises from realizing our inherent oneness with all of creation. In summary, the path to the new earth demands profound transformations, embracing unconditional love, releasing ego attachments, and fostering unity. Honoring the sanctity of all life and embodying authenticity propel us forward on this spiritual journey. By practicing compassion and forgiveness, we elevate our consciousness and create a ripple effect of positivity. Nurturing inner peace and stillness amidst chaos allows us to transcend worldly desires and connect with higher realms of existence. Together, let us embark on this transformative journey, supporting one another in our quest for enlightenment. Subscribe to our channel for more insightful content and join the movement toward a compassionate and harmonious world. With unity and understanding, we can co-create a future filled with love, peace, and spiritual abundance.